Throughout the years, it's been called many names, from bodice rippers in the 1970s to guilty pleasure reads and even mommy porn. Yes, today we're talking about romance novels. Publishing's hottest darling, romance is the best-selling genre in the world. In 2023 alone, romance novels generated $1.44 billion in sales. Romance is also a unique genre, having primarily been made by women, for women, and about women. But while Book Talk may say that the romance genre is the place to be, literary circles and old-fashioned readers alike continue to look down on the genre. Today, I'm chatting with Binta Barry, bookseller at the Ripped Bodice, an independent romance-only bookstore in Culver City, California, and we are diving into the world of passion, empowerment, and the joy of falling in love again and again. So Binta, could you explain to the audience what constitutes a romance novel?
For sure. So a romance novel is going to be a story that is action that's going on is going to be romantic between two or more partners, and the whole story that we're following are these people getting together, which leads us to the second rule of romance is that it has to end with the couple being happy.
Why do you think romance is such a popular genre?
I find romance to be such a wonderful vehicle for learning more about yourself and learning about how people see the world and see each other in it, especially as like the genre has become so much more inclusive. Again, like it's kind of the way that it's reflecting more of the world that we see ourselves in is so rewarding. And the genre also provides a level of escape. When you're reading, it doesn't always have to be educational in the sense that like you're learning like a new skill or you're learning like, whatever. Like it can be educational in the sense of like you're learning more about yourself and the kind of things that you value in your personal relationships, be they romantic or platonic or familial. And a lot of people, who are coming into the store and being like, I read this book and it changed my life because like I never thought that I could see this kind of love, or I can see this kind of conversation, or see this kind of, family dynamic. And so it's just such a welcoming space to kind of like explore all of these different ways that people live their lives.
I don't know about you, but when I tell people I read a lot of romance novels, there is a certain subsect of readers who, when I say that, they roll their eyes because it is a romance novel. It is inherently looked down upon. Why do you think that is? But before you answer, I have my own personal opinion in that it is because it is media written by women, for women, centering women, and therefore it is like the inherent sexism of content for women, therefore it is looked down upon. Would you agree that is like
100%? The amount of time that like cis men will come into the store and they're like, where's the section for like romance for men? And I'm like, what are you talking about?
all of it?
What do you, and every single time they ask, I'm like, what does that mean to you? The gender prejudice is very, very strong in that. But I will also say that I think it's also because this belief that reading about like yourself or like your friends or like whomever in your community, that like being invested in these characters' stories of like falling in love and moving through the difficulties in life through love is somehow less than
Moby Dick.
Right.
So for our final question, what romance novels would you recommend to a new reader?
I would do Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. I would do The Pairing by Casey McQuiston. And I would do Take a Hint, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert.
Thank you so much, Binta. Oh my God, of course. This was so fun.
Read